we say greetings to all. We say shalom, peace and blessings. We say strength and honor and respect and dignity. Praise the Father and the King. We want to make this real discreet. We want to talk about the apostles, and we want to keep it brief. And this is pretty much for those that are just beginning to wake up, because all of us wake up at a different hour every day. Some of us wake up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 12 o'clock, and so on and so forth. For such is the way when it comes to this spiritual, mental resurrection. To give brothers and sisters the basic fundamentals of awareness in the midst of all this great deception with all these false, counterfeit servants falsely claiming that they are coming in the name of the Most High, but really they're coming in the name of Satan, the most lies. And the mission is the same mission that the false prophets, carried out during the time of Jeremiah, is to deceive and to manipulate. Some of them have been paid. They're here to reinforce the will of the invisible forces, which many people think does not exist. And one example out of many, pertaining to this situation, can be found in what they call the Church of God in Christ, which is really the Church of Satan, disguising themselves under the title of what they call Christ here today. And you got a whole heap of them that's on this mission to mislead as many people as possible, to lead the sheep to the slaughter. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 13 speaks about these false apostles in this 21st century. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of the King. And they're using the intelligence in the scriptures to do so. Some of them are hiding behind the title Christianity, which is nothing but a smoke screen, cloak screen. And their whole interest is to get money off of people. And they really worship the satanic invisible demon world. And they're on the payroll of Satan. We're talking about the spiritual demon before it transpired into the physical world of Satan's soldiers. Romans chapter 16 verse 18 explains, their evil protocol, their agenda. People are getting caught up and they're getting all swamped because you got 2, 3, 4,000 people inside some type of mega church congregation, but the Most High doesn't deal with the multitude of men. The Most High deals with the small fraction of men and women. That's why he said, many are called, but few, F-E-W, shall be chosen. Because the majority is down with the scam of Romans chapter 16 verse 18. For they that are such, they serve not the King of victory, but rather their own belly. And by good words and their fair speech, their charismatic speech. Some of them are hoodwinking you with all kind of verbiage, fancy vernacular. And the people are getting hypnotized because they have not been reading for over 40 and 50 years. And these are the same people that's coming back trying to tell us that the scrolls is of no avail. In some cases, they became a overnight computerized robotic scholar, even though they have not been reading for over 30 and 40 years. But basically they're going on these sites, on the computer, and they're taking certain deceptive teachings that is being used to fight against the Father and the King and the scrolls, and to undermine and discredit. And they're coming back, okay, promoting this sorcery, serpent, vampire deception to mislead as many people as possible. They're definitely working for the demon world. Romans 16 verse 18. And they're hiding behind many titles like Christianity and many more. For they that are such serve not our Lord, the Most High, / the King, who the Father set up to represent him, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speech. Yes, their trickery, charismatic speech. And they shall deceive the heart of the simple. The simple is the one that have not been reading for over 30, 40, 50 years. That is fighting against the Most High, saying that the Most High doesn't exist. That is creeping on the computer, going to different, okay, serpent, sorcery, Gnostics, okay, John 8:44 sites, okay, taking on certain deceitful sayings to fight against the King of righteousness, and also to deceive as many people as possible to go down with them. 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15 says, to study to show thyself approved, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Just like Ephesians 6 and 12 speaks about the principalities that are seducing men and women. You see the great intensity of seduction in this great uprising of rebelliousness against the Almighty Father. When they're going into this mode of questioning the Father, instead of we need to question ourselves concerning the wicked things that we have been doing for so many years, from biblical time up to this 21st century. I mean, this gross immorality that we have been teaching our kids that it's okay to do. I mean, us that have blood on our hands. And then we need to turn and read the scrolls of Baruch chapter 2 verse 5, where it speaks about, thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned. We have done wickedness for many years since biblical times against the Almighty Father. And we have not been obedient unto his voice. If we would have sat down and did our homework and investigate, like the counsel of Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16 explains, to seek out of the book of the Father and to read it, we would have found out that these serpents, these vipers, these vampires, that they were not sent by the Father but sent by Satan. And they falsely deceived us that they were apostles sent by the Father. But it was all a game. It was all counterfeit. Okay? And they used the scriptures to do so. Even though the scriptures does not support their evil. But we never took the time out to read it with understanding, or seek the face of the Father sincerely. We wanted the easy way. But to deal with the Most High, you got to work for it. Most High not going to give us nothing so easy like he did before. Because we have messed up, okay, tremendously. If you sit down and study the history of our people sincerely, then we will begin to understand why we're going through what we're going through here today, which is only temporarily. Have mercy on me, Lord. I be the son of great prophets, the soul of vexation. We cry out as we die out every day. The soul is bleeding. You and me stripped down to dust. The hell raiser for a wifey, empty, void, and naked. Certain Bible scriptures create rebelliousness. Woman be acting just like men. Beastly monster. Adam came first and then Eve second. Now Adam family tree, manhood is cursed, yes. Current conversation condemns the ancient woman dress code. Instead of virtuous dress, the butt naked breast. Many excuses, fake black culture, head wraps. But concerning the apostles, their true mission will not be to use the scrolls to capitalize off of poor, impoverished people. Their characteristics will be in sequential harmony with St. John chapter 13 verse 35, which the King of Kings told the 12 disciples, "By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, for if ye love one another." They will come in the spirit of love and affection. They will treat you like family. They will not be high-minded. They will not be proud. They will not be swindlers. They will not be con artists. They will not set up some mega church to get money off of people. They will not be flying in no private jet. They will not be chilling inside no mansion. That's not to say there's nothing wrong with having nice things. But the way man is acquiring these things is wicked through making a covenant with death of Isaiah chapter 28 verse 15. Okay. The apostles will have a servant heart, because that's what this mission is all about. It's all about being a servant to one another. Just like Galatians chapter 5 verse 13 explains how we supposed to serve each other, not esteem ourselves over one another. This is how the apostle Paul and the rest of the apostles used to operate in the past. They will have a servant heart. It seems that this is becoming an apostle. It is not a matter of rising to some lofty height like the wicked satanic Pharisees wanted to sit in the authority seat of Moses. Okay, like many of us are doing here today. Sitting in those temples looking just like a Pharisee. Just like an arrogant Pharisee. Okay, but rather are becoming low. The true apostles will come to you in a down-to-earth, lowly spirit. For this is the instructions of true apostleship. And apostles will have spiritual authority. This is not dictatorship or lordship over the Most High's church, which represents a nation of people. It is not, okay, assume authority. It is spiritual authority. Paul exercised a spiritual authority among the brothers and sisters, which they call churches here today, and the workers. But not an official, okay, authority controlling them in their movement. Just like the satanic, evil, satanic Pharisees used to do. Which you have those Pharisees' descendants in the earth here today repeating the same old wicked, oppressive game of the Pharisees. The true apostles will be sound in the doctrine. They will not pervert the doctrine. They will not twist the information upside down. They will not be hypocrites. They will not use sorcery tactics to get money out of people like the false apostles are doing here today. The apostles, he will be clothed in humility, which represents the spirit of the kingdom of the Father. Okay? And the greatness will be the humblest. He will not be giving to self-glory or want preeminence. Okay? Like so-called ISUPK. Okay, Johanna, you calling yourself a general. That is the wrong spirit of the calling. The true disciple spirit of the Father, the true apostle spirit of the Father, okay, they will be clothed spiritually with the spirit of humility, not pride, not arrogancy. Okay, the greatest will be the humblest. Just like it says in the book of Matthew chapter 20-25, he that is greatest among you, let him be your servant. He will not be given to self-glory, self-gratification, self-exaltation, or want preeminence, which means to have the supreme authority over brothers and sisters. For what reason? To control them, to get money out of them in some cases. Okay, 1 Corinthians 4:9, St. John 5:44, 3 John 9-10. He will, the true apostles, the true servant of the Most High, he will be noted for patience. 2 Corinthians chapter 12:12. He will manifest this character of being. He will manifest, okay, the qualities of divine love of 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, 2 Corinthians chapter 12:15. The meaning of the word apostles are the sent forth ones. Like it says in St. John chapter 3 verse 33-34, those who the Most High sent speak the Most High words. I mean, this is a nice little write-up. You can type in the role of an apostle today. You can read this for yourself. It's a good little summary. But the false apostles, they have transformed themselves in an angel of light whose coming is after Satan with a counterfeit doctrine. Yes, the false apostles will in one way or another exhibit false characteristics, okay, not like the King of Kings. Their characteristics will be in total opposite to what the King of Kings demonstrated. Learn of me, for I am meek and humble. You will find false apostles with the sins of the Nicolaitans, which you can read about the Nicolaitans in the book of Revelation, okay, the 2nd chapter. And when you study the Nicolaitans, their crimes was fornication, which the church of Pergamos was affected by this, also the church of Ephesians. The false apostles on the earth here today, they will deceive others that it's okay to fornicate, even though Ecclesiastes chapter 21 verse 2 explains for us to flee from sin as from the face of a serpent, like a rattlesnake. And they will gather others around them to conform to their ways, to brainwash them. And they will come with their own agenda. They will not come with the true gospel of the Father and the traditions of men. False apostles will see the army of the Most High, okay, as likened unto a worldly army, okay, like it says in 1 Corinthians the 3rd chapter, ye are carnal, ye walk as men. That's why Paul couldn't speak spiritually to a lot of brothers and sisters, okay, over 2,000 years ago, because they was dealing with the carnal low levels of the flesh, which the Most High told us to be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, renewed in the mind of that spiritual way of thinking, the way the Son of Man operate in this spiritual battle. So they will see the army of the Most High likened as unto a worldly, okay, army with many ranks, yes, setting themselves up with titles and fleshly ranks and carnal ranks, calling themselves apostles, calling themselves prophets, calling themselves generals. This is the way of the false apostles, falsely claiming they are priests. These are the ways of the false apostles. You see? So they will set up themselves in many ranks. Instead of us marching in one rank, false apostles might not have faith in the Most High. You see, provisions, and may feel the need to beg for money instead of coming into one accord to the truth. They will have others to come, okay, to them accordingly to their own version of the truth. Yeah, their own doctrines of demons and devils, which 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1 and 2 told us about. That in the latter times many shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of demons. Yes, they have their own version of the truth. They have made up their own gospel, which is in total opposition to the Almighty Father's program. They become authoritarians, manipulative, and tyrannical, expecting absolute obedience to them, just like Jim Jones. That's why Big Brother said, take heed that no man deceive you. And eventually, they are being led away into a delusion because of their rebelliousness against the Father's true understanding what this gospel is, into their own arrogancy. They will not acknowledge the King of Kings as the only leader. They will set themselves up as the leader and deceive men to bow down and look up to them. And they will show no respect to the two instructions of the King of Kings, which the Most High gave to the King of Kings to give to us, which the Most High sent as his high-ranking official ambassador to tell us what the Most High requires of us. Like it says in St. John chapter 14 verse 6, no man can come to the Father but by the mediator, the King of Kings. Yeah, they're going to call him stick man for now, until the Most High, okay, bring all this pride down. They will not acknowledge the King of Kings as the only leader that the Most High set up to be the mediator, but will preach apostolic leadership with their own kind as chiefs. And they will set themselves up as chief, They would set up their own vainglory. When you enter inside their Pharisee temple, the first thing you will see them sitting up in the chief seat in that temple, sitting up just like a Pharisee. They're easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. They want to be first in the kingdom and for us to follow them. That's why the Most High stated through the voice of the King of Kings in the book of Matthew chapter 20:16 that the last shall be first and the first shall be last, because they have the wrong concept and the wrong understanding pertaining to what this gospel calling is about. This gospel calling is about us being brothers and sisters. It's about a family affair and not some man sitting inside some man-made simple temple, sitting up like some wicked Pharisees dictating over other people when we all are filthy rags, which the King of Kings did not do over 2,000 years ago. Even though he was the second in command, he demonstrated to us clearly how it should be done, how we should be thinking, how we should be operating, how we should be functioning, how we should be respecting each other, and the way we're supposed to be dealing with each other like brothers and sisters, like a family. And not no man esteeming himself over other brothers and sisters, exalting his own agenda, his own self-gratification, his own self-glorification, with all these stupid carnal titles which the Father does not respect. Job chapter 32, verse 21. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, nor respect the person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. All these stupid flattering titles. One man calling himself an apostle, another one calling himself a bishop, another one calling himself a priest. These are all satanic lies. Ain't no priest on this earth. The true apostle office died out when those apostles died over 2,000 years ago. And since then, there has not been no real true apostleship that was ordained from the heavens. So man have self-ordained themselves with all these stupid carnal titles. Brother Paul was called from the Father spiritually. You see, we have not received these type of visitation. So this is all falsehood. This is all false apostleship, false discipleship. We have to be aware of these things. Job chapter 32 verse 21. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, nor respect the person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. All these stupid flattering titles, which don't mean nothing. And when you look at the responsibility that comes with these titles, it's all a joke. Because to be a bishop, to be an apostle, to be a prophet, you have to serve the people. You have to be a servant. That's the requirements of a disciple, a true apostle, a true bishop. That's what Brother Paul did. That's what the King of Kings did. Even though he was the second in command, he served the people. He fed the people. He catered to the people's need. Not just sit inside some temple and run your mouth. That's foolishness to its highest degree. Job chapter 32 verse 21. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto men. 22nd verse. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so doing, my Maker would soon take me away. For perpetrating fraud and deceiving people to look up to us, when we're supposed to be looking up and lifting up the banner of the King of Kings by the permission of the Father, as St. John chapter 3 and 12 speaks about. That's why you don't hear them talking about the true teachings of the King of Kings concerning Matthew's the 20th chapter and the 25th verse. But the King of Kings called them, the 12 disciples, unto him and said, you know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion, carnal dominion, authority over them. And they that are great exercise authority upon them. You know, like the Babylonian military, like the Samaritan kingdom. 26th verse. But the Father told the King of Kings to tell us, But it shall not be so among you. You are not to operate like that. You're not to oppress each other. You're not to esteem yourself over one another. But whosoever will be great, those that want to be the chief, the grand master, sitting inside the seat of Moses. But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. Another word for minister is servant. Why isn't that so-called apostle doing these things? But whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. 28th verse. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister, meaning to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. So these are false apostles. These are false disciples that are doing these things. Take heed that no man deceive you. They have gone about to establish their own agenda and image in the earth. But the Most High sent the King to free us from the captivity of men, the yoke of bondage, the spiritual enslaved incarceration, this mental captivity in the brain, this game of Satan, where they enslave the soul to their agenda. My brothers and sisters, you're free. You are free. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Nothing is wrong with fellowshipping and coming together in the spirit of harmony and love. But it has to be done accordingly to what the Most High said. Okay? No rank, no apostles, no man calling himself some general, no man calling himself some priest, no man using trickery to get money out of people, no man using fear tactics to deceive the people, to submit to their will, so they can get money out of them, so they can Bible pimp them, so you and I can give them money so they can pay their mortgage, or so they can make their car payment, or their private jet payment, or whatever payment they have to make. You see, this is all wickedness. And they are nothing but an abomination con artist. Father going to charge them for this filthy act if they don't repent and stop this stupidity and this evil. Matthew's 18th chapter and the 19th verse. Again I say unto you, the King is speaking right now. Let's listen what he got to say. That if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything, if me and you come together and agree in the right spirit of righteousness, and we don't need their permission for those that are running these fake apostle games, these scams, okay, like the lotto scam. Again I say unto you, that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. This is what he told the 12 disciples. If we come together in the right spirit of righteousness and truth, okay, like a family is supposed to treat each other and respect each other with honor and dignity. The Father said, if we come together and we make this agreement in his spirit of righteousness, Father said, it shall be done. The 20th verse. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. You see? 2 or 3. And they have to gather together in the instructions of the King. Not in the instructions of man. Not that foolishness that man is promoting. When they turn you into some type of captivity slave to their evil satanic agenda. Yes. For so many years, a lot of us have been captive, okay, and financial prostitutes to these demons. Not sexual prostitutes, financial prostitutes. But you're free now. Father came to set the captive free, okay, from these con artist demons. Nothing is wrong with true fellowship, but it has to be done the way the Most High said it should be done. Romans the 16th chapter in the 3rd verse. Greet Priscilla and Aquila, my helper, and the King of victory. The 5th verse. Likewise, greet the church that is in their house. You see? For that was the real church over 2,000 years ago, where brothers and sisters, they came together in their houses and they met together like a family. And they treated each other like family with respect, and they supported each other. They did not seek to put each other in bondage and oppress each other and to rule over each other like dogs and demons and devils. They were not running no scam on each other. We're talking about the true meaning of the church, the true body of Christ. They are going to come to you in the spirit of love and familyhood, in the spirit of care, in the spirit of respect and dignity and honor. The same way the King of Kings came to the people over 2,000 years ago. Colossians chapter 4:15. Salute the brethren. First of all, they're going to salute you. They're going to respect you. They're going to regard you. They're not going to disregard you just because you don't attend or just because you're not a member of the man-made simple Pharisee temple. You see? Colossians chapter 4:15. And salute the brethren which are in Laodicea and Memphis, and the church which is in his house. You see? So you're free now. So we free, brothers and sisters. We free to move in the spirit of love and the true meaning of familyhood, which we really need in these times. Because there's only a few of us. There's only a few of us. It's only a small remnant. It's only a small percentage. This is what the Father have told us in Romans 11:5. There's only a small remnant among us. You see? There's only a small fraction. So it's time for us to put on the spirit of the true meaning of the gospel. It's time. It's been overdue. Which is dealing with each other like a family. Just like a mother has deep love for her son and daughter. Just like a real true father has a lot of love and concern and affection. For his son and his daughter. The same way the Most High really loves us. But he does not love the evil things that we're doing. The same way a female elephant has deep love and care for the little baby elephant, whether male or female. So we wish you well, brothers and sisters. So we're going to end with shalom. We hope that the Most High will keep you and take care of you, and watch over you, and strengthen you, and protect your children, your sons and daughters, for the wiles of the devil. May the Father bless your soul always. Good night, family.